Welcome back to the channel, man. Our 618Cs, boy, check it out. We got Shannon Sharpe's ex, Michele. Y'all remember Michele, right? I know you remember Michele, right?
My Michelle. There you go, baby. That's my Michelle. That's my Michelle. There you go.
Michele, y'all remember Michele, right? When he was on that video, on that leaked audio screaming, oh, Michele. Oh, Michele, that's my Michele. Michele done told it all, y'all. Michele done sat down, did an interview with the U.S. Sun. She done told it all. So we finna get right into that video. But first, before I play the video, let me tell you, welcome back to the channel. I'm 618Cs, man. Let's get right into this Michele video.
Biggest argument that we ever got in. And he was controlling, he was domineering, he was manhandling me beforehand. We met in actually the press room at the Broncos, April of 2002. And but we didn't start talking until we met up at a club at Blue 67 in Denver. I don't know if anyone is listening from Denver, but yeah, we were at a club at the same time. We didn't go together. We just happened to both be there. And so he started talking to me, and started pursuing me pretty heavily from then on. I resisted for a while because, I was a reporter, and I didn't want to mix the two. But he's very charming. And we dated until the 2010 incident. And then it came to an abrupt end because I wanted, we were arguing and he was threatening me and stuff like that after, but I didn't see him again after he raped me.
What led up to that fight, that 2010 fight that you guys, I know that the argument ensued first before he allegedly raped you?
The argument was about the fact that,
boy, did y'all see that? Boy, she ain't got no teeth.
That he had removed one girl from his house and put another girl in his
Her side tooth game crazy.
house and didn't tell me. And he had asked me to break up with my husband at the time. We were just dating. So I was dating Shannon and my husband at the same time. Shannon asked me to break up with my husband. And I don't recall for sure, but I think I did. And so, it's like, wait a minute, you want me to be with just you, but you want to move somebody into your house and not even tell me? So that's what it stemmed from. He's not a faithful person, so I wasn't going to be faithful to a non-faithful person. It just doesn't work that way. Not for me anyway.
Can you tell us just broadly, I know it's probably painful to relive this situation, but can you tell us generally what happened that day?
It was fighting, and usually we fought on the phone and not in person. So it was the biggest argument that we ever got in. And he was controlling, he was domineering, he was manhandling me beforehand, and he wanted to have sex, and I told him no. I told him no, because you gave it to somebody else. I didn't only tell him no, I told him why. And he wouldn't take no for an answer. So he overpowered me, put me to my knees, put his penis in my mouth. And after he got enough of that, he put me on the bed. And, this was all a struggle. So I had said no. And I said no, even though I was thinking that. And so it was the hardest. Yeah, this is too hard. I remember he got dressed and he knew what he did. And so, I just kind of escorted him out the door. And then I wasn't going to do anything about it. Sometimes when you're with the person for a long time, it's hard for you to realize that they're being the perpetrator, even though you know it, you don't want to admit it. And there's so much going through your mind. But then he started coming at me. If I tell anybody, he'll use everybody he knows to destroy me, which he basically has. And then he started making other threats against my life, threats. He just was so worried that it would get out, and I wasn't going to do anything. But when he kept calling me at work, and when he kept, just very aggressively behaving, and I could see it wasn't going to go away. And he said he was going to destroy me and he was going to kill me. And he told me he was watching me and all that. I just went and got a protective order. I'd had enough. And unfortunately, shortly after, he doxed me and my address got out. And I had somebody stop by my apartment, which had a door that led right to the side. It was basically on the sidewalk. And somebody came up to my door and said, "Shut up," screamed it at the top of their lungs. And I had my daughter in there right there. And I was like, oh, no. And so I went in and I dropped it, because also at my house, not my apartment, my house, at my house, somebody came to my house and sat out front of in the driveway while my daughter was there alone. Someone came to my house, someone came to my apartment, and after my daughter called me, that's when I went straight there.
So after you rescinded the restraining order,
Mm-hmm.
Was there any other weird stuff, or did it kind of just die down?
It died down. I tried to move on with my life. We may have talked, I think, once or twice. But then he started going on television. He came to my job, turned in, went on TV at CNN, and it was my job to put the videos from up to YouTube for CNN. That was part of my job.
Mm-hmm.
So I'm putting up this video, and here I see Shannon at my job talking about domestic violence, and the co-host mentioned that, oh, you had one that was just totally dropped, made it look like the police dropped it, not that I had gone down and withdrawn it. It created a picture that wasn't accurate. And that was a very hostile work environment.
I'm going to ask something that might be a little sensitive or might sound insensitive, I should say. But I'm going to go ahead and ask it because it's a question that I'm sure people are wondering. Why didn't you file a police report when he raped you?
Because I was scared for my life. He said he would use it. Everybody he knows, and he knows lots of police officers. So I didn't know that if I went down there, that would be one of the people that he knows. Atlanta has a problem with corruption down there. And I was too scared to go to the police, because when this happens, you're in a trauma mindset. You're not in a, every day you and I are talking here like, oh, okay, well, maybe I should do that. No, you're like feared for your life. You're traumatized. You're not thinking straight. You're having anxiety and panic attacks. And I was worried that he would, get a hold of this police officer, and who knows what would happen. And so it was just a decision, and it's a decision a lot of rape victims make, to not go to the police. They always say the woman is crazy. Hey, I might be at this point after everything I've dealt with. But back then, no. Definitely not crazy. And to see him paint me the way that he did, first off, I'm not somebody crawling out of the woodwork to talk about my connection with him like he insinuated in his statement. I've been out. I've been suing him.
What's your message to his latest accuser, who's been doxing? What would you say to her if you can send a message to her?
I pray for you. I have been there. I've been dealing with this for 15 years, so I know what you're going through.
Yeah, damn, bro, that's a whole different Michele. Like, man, I got a problem with the Michelles, bro. Why you can't get a Tanya or a Tamika or, you know what I'm saying, a Shaniqua or a Shay, a Bebe, a Sexy Red. You hear me? Come on. Oh, what's happening, man? Put my hat on, dog. My hat back on, dog. Man, talk to me. Man, talk to me, people. Talk to me. What y'all think? Look, bro. Straight up, I ain't gonna even lie to you. I'm gonna stay on code, right? I wore the hat today because these folks on some devilish things, man. They playing some devilish games with Unc, man. After all these years, you want to come out, you want to do interviews. Why you ain't said nothing before? Tony Busby be playing devilish games, but I'm gonna stay on code. You hear me? Michelle, ESPN, it don't matter. Lying ass young girl, Unc and five. Unc and five, like I said. Unc gonna pull this out in five because they putting smut on his name. But I will say this, it looks really bad that Unc is trying to settle out of court. And the things that Unc is doing, this looks really bad. These people that he associating himself with. The man got a ski problem. He love to go skiing. Hoosier, 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 hoosier. He love to go skiing. Man, Unc from the deep south, bro. The number one thing he should have learned growing up was, boy, you stay away from them slopes. But I guess he ain't learned. And then if you do go skiing, you gotta go in and out. You dipping in and out. You skiing one time, you know what I'm saying, for the weekend, and I'm gone. Man, uncles, I'ma say this: his associations make him look crazy as hell. You know what I'm saying? And selling out of court, that's like catching a felony and plead no contest. I ain't saying I'm guilty. Shit, I'ma plead. I can't say I'm innocent. That's what selling out of court look like to me. You know what I'm saying? That's just what I'm saying. And it ain't cool, man. I wonder who Unc pissed off for real, for real. Because man, they dropped this all before he was finna sign his $100 million deal. He didn't even get to sign the $100 million deal. They had just made the announcement, but he didn't even make it to the table. Like negotiations was done, and this what it is. But he didn't even make it to the table to put his name on the paper, on his ink, bro. I wonder who he pissed off in real life, bro. Cause this just all of this just came out of nowhere. And they pinning that man, they making that man look like a monster, bro. I ain't gonna be the one to say he a monster, but his uncle looking real crazy. Hell yeah, he looking real crazy, man. But the crazy thing to me be when people be staying off code, man. You gotta understand, sometimes we gotta stay on code, bro. Cause other folks be on code. We gotta stay on code. You know what I'm saying? You know, mama say don't go outside this house talking about family business. You know what I'm saying? We gonna talk, yeah, we gonna talk about each other like dogs up in this mud. We just might, you know what I'm saying? But when we step outside, man, we ain't talking bad about our brothers and sisters, man. That's what all I'm saying, man. Like, sometimes it's better to stay on code, bro. Like all the facts ain't out there, man. And I hope Unc avail himself, man. I hope Unc can find a way to find himself guilty, man, and smack all these Jason Whitlocks and all these other people in the face, man. Cause this is crazy, bro. The way that they doing this, man, dog. And I don't even respect it, man. But like I say, man, his associations and his love for skiing and hitting them slopes, man, this is crazy, man. It make him look real crazy. But let me know what y'all think, man. You already know my saying, dog. I'm 618Cs, and if ain't nobody told you they love you, 618Cs love you. Cause sometimes we need to just hear that. You know what I'm saying? If ain't nobody told you they want to see you win, 618Cs want to see you win, man. Cause sometimes we just want to hear that. Cause like Lil Durk say, it hurts you the most when your brothers don't turn you up. It hurts you the worst when your brothers don't turn you up. Hey man, 89 blocks for life. I'm out, man. Hit that like button, subscribe, comment, man. I'm just trying to be a YouTuber. They call me the struggling YouTuber. I'm out, baby.